This is Valley News Live at 6.
New tonight at 6, a Minnesota school district is setting the record straight, saying evidence shows a former teacher did not treat current students inappropriately.
The Marshall County Central School District, located in New Folden, Minnesota, voted Tuesday night to accept high school teacher Eric Mimnah's resignation, which comes after more than 10 former students came forward detailing incidents of sexual harassment, grooming, and cyber stalking.
Valley News Team's crime and safety reporter Bailey Hurley joins us live in the studio now with a look at what the victims say happened, as well as the district's response. Bailey?
Mike, the victims did not identify themselves in the letters, and those we spoke with this week want to remain anonymous in fear of retaliation. One accuser stated after she graduated, Mimnah, quote, tried to keep kissing me and I kept having to dodge him or push him away. Later writing in her statement that she's gone through an immense amount of therapy to, quote, help heal and see the manipulation and abuse I was subject to. Now, the file also includes these two screenshots between a former student and Eric Mimnah, where Mimnah asked the female what she was wearing under her scrubs and telling her the conversation could go further if she wanted it to. Now, the student states Mimnah had deleted his Facebook account since, so his name no longer appears on those chats. Now, while some accusers say the abuse of power and misconduct started while they were in school, most say Mimnah reached out on various social media platforms after graduation. Valley News Live was not able to obtain Mr. Mimnah's personnel file this week, but Superintendent Jeffrey Lund stated there has not been a final disposition of disciplinary action involving Mimnah during his employment with the district. Lund also says the district notified the Marshall County Sheriff's Office. However, as of this evening, no formal charges have been filed against Mimnah. Andrea?
All right, thanks, Bailey. Mimnah was in his 4th year in the Marshall County Central School District, but has been a teacher for more than 15 years. We reached out to him for a comment. However, our multiple attempts were unsuccessful.
Time to start looking forward to better weather ahead. But first, we have to get through some cloud cover. It's covering much of the valley. Let's get the latest from Chief Meteorologist Hutch Johnson. Hutch?
And you see there on our Devil's Lake Home of Economy camera that we're starting to see some blue skies breaking up north. And that is a good sign as we head toward late week. Here is a look at the risk of severe weather tonight in the Gulf Coast states. You'll be hearing more about this throughout the night. And again tomorrow, a high risk has been issued for parts of the Gulf Coast states as we have weather there. Here's the breaking clouds up in the Devil's Lake Basin, and the clearing skies will continue to press their way southward as we go through the evening hours. Severe weather spreading all the way from parts of Kansas and Missouri right into the Gulf Coast states for Mississippi and Alabama, with numerous tornado and thunderstorm warnings. More on that later. Right now, for us, decreasing clouds, temperatures slipping into the low 30s by bedtime tonight. Grand Forks, you can see there as well. Some blue skies in the offing as we'll be dipping into the 20s. I'll have details on just how warm this warming trend will take us as we glide toward your weekend. We'll talk about our next chance of unsettled or maybe even wintry weather in the forecast here in a minute as well.
Okay, thanks, Hutch.
An outage impacted online banking for Wells Fargo customers today. No word yet on the cause. The outage came as tens of millions of stimulus checks were expected to be added to accounts. The federal government announced last week it started processing and distributing the first wave of payments. Several banks, including Wells Fargo, said the money would be available starting today.
In tonight's vaccine coverage, Clay County Public Health will be holding a vaccine clinic tomorrow for people ages 65 and up and certain people in Phase 1B in Tiers 2 and 3. It'll be held from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. and from 1 p.m. to 5:15 p.m. Registration is required. And to find out if you're eligible and to schedule an appointment, log on to our website, valleynewslive.com.
We're learning more about West Fargo Public Schools' vaccine plans, along with its decision to hold spring events. On April 1st, around 800 staff members will be eligible to get their second dose of the vaccine. All students will report to school on that day. However, there will be no school on April 2nd and the 5th due to Easter. The district also announced that it plans to bring back programs, activities, and events that were put on hold earlier this year. Those plans will be announced over the next couple of weeks. Now, to stay on top of the latest COVID vaccine-related information, use our VNL Vaccine Tracker. It's right on our homepage of the website, or you can open up your phone camera and point it to the QR code on your screen. Then tap the link that pops up.
Long-term care residents in Minnesota will have some leeway with visitations and outings. They should be able to have private visits and can choose to have close contact with their visitor if they're fully vaccinated. According to health department guidelines, residents who are fully vaccinated don't have to quarantine after outings unless they spend more than 15 minutes in a 24-hour period within 6 feet of someone who can spread COVID-19. We posted the full guidelines on our website, valleynewslive.com.
Minnesota's governor, lieutenant governor, and the Department of Health commissioner will quarantine for 10 days after a staff member tested positive for COVID-19. Governor Walz hasn't been vaccinated yet. Lieutenant Governor Flanagan has had one of the 2 Moderna doses, and Commissioner Jan Malcolm got the Johnson & Johnson vaccine, but still will be waiting the 14 days through the waiting period.
2 seated jurors have been dismissed for the trial of a former Minneapolis police officer accused in George Floyd's death. 7 jurors were recalled for fresh questioning after the announced $27 million settlement between the city and Floyd's family. Former officer Derek Chauvin's attorney requested the recall, calling the timing of the announcement profoundly disturbing to the defense and not fair. He also has requested a delay in the trial, which the judge is considering.
If you need help uncovering fraud or corruption in your community, here's some advice. Call our whistleblower hotline. We'll do our best to get to the bottom of it. Call the number on your screen, 701-237-6576. Call that number and leave your tip.
Grand Forks Mayor Brandon Bochenski is currently delivering his State of the City address. Among the topics are the city's battle through the pandemic and future projects that will move Grand Forks forward. That speech is being streamed on our website, valleynewslive.com. We will recap the highlights for you tonight. Again, Valley News Live at 10. If you love great college football games, then buckle up for Saturday. Number 4 ranked NDSU is taking on number 2 ranked UND at the Fargo Dome. Our pregame show starts at 1:30 with kickoff set for 2:30. As always, we hope you can join us right here on KVLY.
Later on Valley News Live at 6, time to go green, right? Where you can hit the ice tonight for some outdoor fun.
And on this St. Patrick's Day, temperatures rose to nearly 50 degrees in Cavalier and Hallock and near 40 down in the Wahpeton area. I'll have details on sunshine aplenty in your forecast as it's making an appearance right now in Grand Forks. Details are next. Pass the corned beef and cabbage, please.